Hey everyone, it's me, Sean Capri. I'm in my car and you're listening to the Nintendo Drive. I'm on a Skype call with my friend Console Caito, the sauciest potato, and on our journey today, we got that Animal Crossing update, so let's jump on into the Nintendo Drive. Ball!
Hi, Sean.
I am back home. I'm in Canada. We were just chatting just before I started screaming at you, and I wanted to catch you laughing a little bit. I wanted to catch you off guard a little. So there. How are you, Caito?
I'm good. I am good.
Nice.
It's been a long week.
Sure. Well, doesn't it feel like forever since we recorded?
It's only Tuesday.
What the heck?
Yes. A lot has gone on.
Yeah, last week at this time, I was preparing to take my red eye to New York City. I have gone there. I've come back. I'm still negative COVID. They allowed me back into my country. Everything is perfectly fine. Other than that, like nothing happened between now and last week, right?
Right. Absolutely nothing.
Nothing. We just raised like $22,000 for Extra Life with Phoenix Overdrive, and you did like what, $6,000 in like 3 hours? Holy crap, Caito. The heck?
$6,000. $6,000. I could not believe it. Honestly, I was nervous.
I know you were.
I set my goal at 2,500 only because that's what you set your goal at. Like I had no idea how much to expect or, you know, and I never want to expect anything.
Of course.
So I set it at 2,500 and I was just like, okay, that's a lot. But even if I don't get there, just raising some money is great.
Totally.
And then it was like very quickly, I realized like 30 minutes into the stream, I was like, okay.
Something's happening here.
It's on. Like,
well, yeah, a little
Sean.
friendly competition. Yeah. Turned into not even a competition at all. Like you just like ran away with this thing. And I love what you said. Like my favorite thing is seeing people not know how much they can fundraise and like kind of setting a goal and then just like blasting by it. Whether it's $100 to $500 or $2,500 to $6,000. Like that makes me so happy to see you like come to realize that you can totally do that.
Yeah. Well, once we reached 5,000, I was just like, do I really realistically want to raise this again? Like, is it even feasible for me to get another $1,000? But we did.
Well, yeah.
We got there.
You crushed my spirits, but also made me very proud all at the same time. It was just like running me over. And in the end, I think that between the two of us, we did almost $12,000, which is kind of remarkable.
But you ended up, because you ended up raising over 5,000.
Yeah,
which
just over
more
5.
than you normally do, right?
This is more than double my best year ever. So I think everybody had a banner year, actually. Like Kevin and Josh from PSVG and Ryan Turford had his best year, and Matt Sawinski's getting jumped on board, and Skinny Matt's doing really great. There's a ton of us just having really, really good fundraising years. And I just love Extra Life. Like I really do. Like it's really exciting to see people discover how good at fundraising they can be and how fun it can be and rewarding and all of those things.
Agree.
Yeah.
Good job. It was a very fun time, and it makes me want to maybe next year I'll have a better plan and be able to set aside more time.
We'll see you in Rome.
We'll stream.
See you. Yeah, we'll be working on it. We have got a year to work on this. You know, we'll be a year past and outside, hopefully, this the pandemic, and have it more accessible to people. But we'll get you there. I think that would be amazing. Yeah,
yeah, that would be fun. Okay, we need to clean out the garage a little bit, and then we do have some stuff to talk about. Reminder, as always, you can listen to the Nintendo Drive and all of the Yumi and Capri podcast content over on YouTube, youtube.com/Yumi and Capri. And we just wanted to highlight Brian Eck, who provided lots of responses in the comment section as he was reacting to the show. So we appreciate that.
No kidding.
You know what's
like
better than one
timestamps and like this is my reaction to it. It's like
right.
this is how I picture a lot of people, and this is why I got into podcasting. It's like I always have a response to whatever they're saying. So I wanted to highlight Brian because like he's such an active member in the Discord as well as now in the YouTube chat as well. I want this from everybody, you know, like listen in and leave the timestamp when you've got like, okay, I've got to react to this thing. I've got something to say about what Caito said about Metroid. I don't know what
I said. Yeah. Yes. And I also wanted to highlight, we probably have several, but we have a young listener by the name of Jonah who's 9 years old.
Aww.
And I wanted to congratulate him on becoming a big brother for the first time coming up, which is so exciting. So Jonah, thank you so much for listening. You're going to be a great big brother.
No kidding.
You got this. Very exciting.
Oh, warms my whole heart. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. What a time to become a big brother for the first time. Holy cow. You get to, not too many people get to have that, you know, like a lot of us are too young to remember when our siblings are born. So that is awesome.
Right.
You'll be such a good helper. Oh my gosh, that's exciting.
You get to play all the games with him when you're older. Yeah. That'll be fun.
Drive him around.
Yeah, right. Yes. Yeah, and then Extra
sweet.
Life, huge success. And yeah, did you play anything? Well, obviously you played stuff at Extra Life, but nothing.
I'm so
Nintendo,
surprised.
Right?
Well, no, like I kind of left it to the community and everybody who was stopping by, and like we play. I think maybe the closest thing would be it wasn't on my Switch, but it's on Switch. Was Tetris Effect Connected? Had some 1v1 with Half Thumb Gamer, which was awesome, and it was while I was being recorded on the news. Like I'm on the news in Rome, New York, by the way. And yeah, I really thought we were going to play like Mario Party. I was kind of a little saddened by that, but I wanted to play Mario Party.
I can't believe you didn't play Mario Party, Mario Kart, Splatoon.
I know, Mario Kart didn't even show up. Like
Nothing.
You know what the amazing thing is? Like as long as, sometimes it seems like some of the hours will drag during Extra Life, but anybody who's done it before, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I just didn't have enough time. Even though I had 24 hours dedicated to games, there's just too many games, and we just, I don't know, we didn't really get it started. So hopefully this weekend. But we got Pokemon coming up. It's my daughter's birthday, but don't tell her. But she's totally getting Pokemon for her birthday, and by her getting it, I mean I'm gonna buy it and we'll celebrate it on her birthday. It'll be mine, but you know that's how it's gonna work because she's 3.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, how am I gonna have time to play Pokemon?
You don't have time for anything, Caito. Like you have enough Animal Crossing for the next 7 years.
I cannot even handle the fact that it's only been out for a couple days. It feels like years. It feels like years ago that happened.
Well, and there's so much for you to do. They gave you an extra like 2 days early. They let you do it like.
Oh my gosh, yeah. We actually have a question about that from Rochelle. Caito, where were you and what were you doing when you found out the AC update dropped early? I knew that the news was real when you went live suddenly. Yeah. What was I even doing? I think I was just hanging out, like watching YouTube, like getting ready for bed.
Yeah.
And because I was going to get a good night's sleep, because the next night I knew I was going to start streaming and stream pretty late because it was supposed to come out the next day. And then people in Discord, a bunch of other content creators were like, I've got the maintenance. We saw the maintenance was there. And then all of a sudden they were like, oh, it's updating. And I was like, excuse me?
Oh my gosh.
It's updating? So I turned on my Switch. It started updating and I just walked in. And Todd was about to start playing Counter-Strike, and I was like, no, I need to get on. I was like, I got to stream right now.
Drop kick him out of there.
Yeah. I was like, it's go time. Like,
Todd.
It's happening.
Not today.
Yeah. So I just had to like throw my hair up. I was like, I'm not ready for this. And then it happened, and it was just, oh my gosh.
Is it like everything? Yeah. Is it everything? Yes, it's everything.
It's everything to the point of overwhelming.
Yeah, I'll bet. No kidding.
Because I didn't even know what to do first. I had a plan. Plans go out the window, especially when they decide to drop it a day early. And then there's just like that race to be first for everything. And I've just had to like let that go. It's just not going to happen.
How did you? because you obviously went live right away, but then also like, does that take away from any sort of like YouTube, like video plans that you might have had? Like do this first when you jump in. Like you don't approach the game in a same way when you go live and you've got the audience and the community and everything there versus recording stuff like this is what I did for my first hour, things like that. Or maybe you do.
Right. Well, I had to kind of prioritize. I think recently I've been really, really enjoying streaming. I obviously like making videos too, but something about just, I feel like the community really has had this resurgence.
Big time.
This is like the best time to hang out with the community and everyone's excited. So being able to talk to them about it while I'm doing stuff is much more fun than just sitting there making a video about it.
Yeah, totally.
But there is like a balancing act. I still have to make content about it. I just have to figure out which videos.
Your last video says overwhelmed by 2.0. Do this. Hi there. Can I please get 2 large Diet Cokes and a large coffee with 2 Splenda? And that's all. Thank you. As soon as I pulled up, the entire like display screen went blank. So I might have just broken McDonald's, or they don't want anything to do with me. But I'm excited to tell you that the holiday season coffee cups seem to be here. They were there in the display. You know, they all look like kind of like a present or like a, I don't know. I love this time of year because they got my special cups.
Are you off the decaf train?
I don't know why I'm doing this.
I don't really. The regular coffee?
Yeah, I'm just going for coffees. I don't know. Maybe it's one a day.
Same.
We'll see.
They give you the same anyway. It doesn't matter what you say.
That's true. And honestly, I will say through this whole experiment, I don't know if I can recommend the decaf coffee from McDonald's. You know, and good. I can say that because number one, it's the truth. And number two, they're not sponsoring us anyways. So let's be real, McDonald's. You barely give me the right Diet Coke most of the time. And when I get a decaf, it seems to be from 12 hours before. So there you go. Yeah. But I still go.
Because no one else is ordering it.
Exactly. Because who the hell drinks decaf coffee with 2 Splendas? What is wrong with me? So I'll just conform. Gosh. That's fine. I'll just do this. But I'm excited. I want to jump into this thing. There's so many games though, Caito. What the heck?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I gotta pay for this. I forgot.
I had to figure out like which one am I going to play? Am I going to focus on the update or am I going to focus on the DLC? Because they're two different things.
No kidding.
You know? So I've done both, and I actually, not that I recommend this, I did a video on it, but I sped run through the DLC just so I could get the features that you get when you beat it.
Yeah.
Just because I wanted to know. But you can go back and edit the stuff that you've done previously. So,
what's your favorite part? Like, what have you seen that just kind of went, oh my gosh, I love this?
My favorite part. I mean, obviously, all of the new items. It has to be the new items.
To get your frog
There's
chair?
over 9,000 items.
It's over 9,000?
There's over 9,000 new items.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You don't even know the Dragon Ball meme, but that's okay.
Dragon Ball meme.
And it's okay. Some people know. If you know, leave a comment below.
If you know, you know. And if you don't,
you know, you know. If you don't, then I'm not going to. If you don't know, then I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah. There you go. That's fine.
I can't wait for people to send you that it's over 9,000 and you still will be like, it's not that big a deal.
I'll still have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So items. You got your froggy chair. I saw the frog. You among many others pointed out that froggy chair. It became a meme for at least a day.
Yeah. I got the froggy chair. But here's the thing about it. I felt like I was decent at designing before.
Uh-oh.
And now
are you not decent?
Now everyone else is I mean, even before this came out, everyone else had like stepped up their game. Mm-hmm. And now it's like a whole new world. And I'm just over here like, I don't even know. Half the time I just run around and stare at stuff because I don't even know what to do.
Yeah. Okay, now you know what it feels like to be me for at least a second.
I don't even know what to do. So that's what's been going on Animal Crossing.
Okay, man. Are you still kind of doing like cottagecore stuff or like because there's so much, like does it just add more to cottagecore? Is there like something like are you doing an amusement park or I don't know what? Like
yeah.
I imagine same style kind of thing.
I mean, it always kind of routes back that way.
Yeah.
I have 2 islands that I'm working on right now. One of them is like a farm core island, and the other one is, there's one that I started last night that's like a Christmas themed island.
Aw.
But I don't know about it because it's more of like a city vibe, and that's just not what I normally do, and so I'm just overwhelmed looking at it.
Lots to chew through. Holy cow. Have you seen any, like, I guess there's some people who have, and you do time travel as well, like some people know what's coming.
Oh yeah, people are over there building entire There's castles now.
Oh,
There's
what?
castle items. I'll have to send you some pictures. Like,
I'm in. That sounds awesome.
Are seriously unreal. They gave a lot. I promise you, Nintendo was watching. I know that whoever is behind designing all of this stuff, they were looking at everyone's Instagram. They were seeing, what are they doing? What are they missing? Because they gave us every item that we needed previously.
Yeah.
Like, instead of using all of these simple panels to build buildings, they gave us stuff to build buildings.
Oh, wow.
Instead of, using Zen cushions to make seed bags, they gave us the seed bags. Instead of using a race car bed, they gave us cars. So it's just like,
do you think that's what took them time to release this whole thing? Like, they were just kind of watching and listening like that? It seems very un-Nintendo for them to actually listen. Like, it's very like, oh my God, you got me exactly what I wanted. I didn't even have to tell you or ask for it. It's like, that doesn't seem like the gift-giving style of Nintendo. They decide what you need and want. So maybe they were listening. That'd be nice.
Well, here's the thing. I never really felt like it was taking them a long time. Like, sometimes
Fair.
I do think I'll use the words like, we've been waiting for this, but not in the sense of they were taking too long.
Right.
I never thought they were taking too long. The game hasn't been out that long.
That's true.
So, yeah. And I saw an article, someone posted it in the Discord earlier, and it was basically saying that the 2.0 update isn't enough to save Animal Crossing.
Yeah, no, I don't even want to highlight that kind of crap.
Well, I just want to say to that kind of thing is just, I guess, what do people expect?
Yeah.
It's a $60 game, just like any other game you get. Name another game that you've spent as much time playing. That's
honestly
not like a multiplayer heavy game. Yes, this one's multiplayer, but this isn't like a shooter. This isn't an MMO. So name another game that you've spent this much time. And, for some people, Animal Crossing is, 30 hours, 40 hours of gameplay. That's it.
That's me.
But then for other people, the game is what you make it. And for me, it's going to be thousands and thousands and thousands. And that's okay. Yeah. It's okay to have a different experience with a game. That doesn't mean that this game needed saving or...
Well, that's just it. Like, who is this person
it's okay
even
to
say
be
something
done.
like that? Oh, man.
It's okay to let it go. You don't have to keep playing it. Enjoy what you want to from the update. If you don't like it, there are countless other games to play.
Well, I can't wait to start my potato farm on this thing.
I made one.
I'm sure you did.
That's the only thing I've made. I was like, I just saw all these amazing things and I was like, okay, I'm going to make a potato farm.
Of course. Because
that's it, Okay, we do have some breaking news that's not Animal Crossing related.
Okay.
So let's get into some of that. Nintendo finally announced their Black Friday games, it looks like. These will all be $39.99 US. They have Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, Splatoon 2, Paper Mario Origami King, Fire Emblem, Zelda Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, Super Mario Maker 2, and Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening.
What a lineup. What a crazy lineup. First of all, obviously I would like for games to get much cheaper than this, but this is about as good as it gets, I think, from Nintendo. We often talk about how it's not really worthwhile waiting to ever buy the games. You might as well just buy them on day one because they never go on sale. none of these games have come out this year. You know, when did Mario U come out? Maybe that was last year. But these aren't exactly like the newest games, so it kind of holds consistent there. I love this, and I think a lot of people are excited about it. There's got to be, for the average person out there, there's probably one or two that they don't have, or maybe more. For me, I think the only one I don't have is Paper Mario. I don't know if I'm going to get it, but I have all these other games, and highly, highly recommend. For me, like my pick is probably like Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. It was like such a great surprise for me. I didn't know what to expect out of that. I played it last year and reviewed it with Garrett Bland over on the Cup of Joe and Nintendo feed. But man, every single one of these games is kind of like, it's the must have. You could probably go ahead and I'd recommend pretty much every single one of these things.
Right. If you don't have Zelda Breath of the Wild yet, please get it. Please get it. Now, is this it? Or will there be other games like, I'm just thinking like Monkey Ball, Super Monkey Ball. Will games like that be on sale too?
I would think so. It's just not first party stuff. Like it's not like Nintendo made that, but things like WarioWare, I would say probably not. You know, like that's kind of like anything 2021.
I knew that wasn't going to be.
I agree.
I knew that wasn't going to be one.
Yeah. What else? I mean, what else has come up? Mario Golf, probably not. Like, even though that seems like something they could do well to discount. I think they're going to do a bundle as well. I don't think this is in the show notes, but there's a console bundle, which of course includes Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and I think 3 months of Nintendo Switch Online. Like it's the same old thing. You know, I feel like it's kind of a power move at this point. Like it's Nintendo going like, we don't got to do nothing. They just give us the same thing year over year. You don't have to, you just wait. You don't have to wait. You just buy games and the systems when they come out because it doesn't pay off to wait. It's not like on Xbox or on PlayStation where some of their first party stuff goes down to, $20 and things like that. You might as well. But in the case where people have missed out on some of these things, I think this is awesome to see. It's a good enough discount, I would say. I don't know. It's as good as we could expect from them.
I'm just excited to see what gets discounted on the eShop. That's always my favorite, is to just go buy things that I'm probably not going to play and just look at them on my Switch. Something about that is satisfying to me. I don't know.
The eShop is starting to run a little kind of clunky and laggy almost. Like I think that going on my computer on the eShop is my best bet. And just kind of adding things to my wish list. And I think I've done this before.
But you can't even do a cart.
I want a cart.
Computer, right? Yeah.
Oh, man. I already have my Mario Kart from 4 years ago. And we're never going to get a Mario Kart 9, of course, because it keeps selling like crazy. But yes, I would like to. How does Nintendo still sell so much software and it's so hard to buy software on their digital systems? It's just crazy.
Yeah. Speaking of Nintendo selling stuff, the Nintendo Switch has now sold 92.87 million units and is catching the Wii. I'm honestly shocked it hasn't caught the Wii yet, which sold 102 million units. Right. Yeah, that's true. Nintendo says that last fiscal year, the March 2020 release of Animal Crossing New Horizons prompted a significant increase in hardware and software sales. Who would have guessed it?
Who knew? No, I definitely would not have guessed it.
Look, if you didn't listen last week, I'm telling you, Animal Crossing will sell more systems than Zelda. Just saying. I'm just telling you.
Because you get 2 save files in Zelda. You get 3 even.
Yeah. I remember when Animal Crossing came out. Now, again, this was a unique situation. We were all home. Everyone was looking for stuff to do. Animal Crossing just happened to come out. It's a very, there's a lot of people who can play it.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like, I don't want to call it the perfect storm because it wasn't a great situation, obviously.
Right.
But for Nintendo, as far as selling Animal Crossing, it kind of was. And I just remember, shortly after I had purchased Animal Crossing and started playing it, and we were all in lockdown, my friend was looking to buy Animal Crossing and a Switch because she needed something to do. And trying to find one was nearly impossible. Like, she ended up getting the last one at Target. And yeah, I'm just saying, Animal Crossing is going to sell systems.
It's going to continue to, and it keeps having legs. And I think that this DLC thing, the update 2.0, like we've talked about this, and I was listening to, look, I got to talk to the Nintendo dads a little bit because they were really coming down on Nintendo Switch Online plus expansion pack and all these things. And they were all like, just like every single one of them taking their shots. This is stupid. And Nintendo doesn't know what they're doing and they don't see the strategy and blah, blah, blah. It's like, you have to pivot. You just got to pivot your perspective just a little bit. You got to take a look at like this gigantic audience that just propelled them through one of their best years ever, and it was leaned into Animal Crossing. And so, like, I don't think that Nintendo's dumb at all on that front. Like, I think they've really leaned into some recent success. They are getting a recurring revenue stream from a gigantic and very dedicated audience who wants more of this kind of stuff. And they're looking to expand that audience beyond Animal Crossing to maybe they've got some experience or some nostalgia for some of those older games, so that gets them to it's like a stepping stone towards getting them to the next thing, to the Mario Karts of the world or to the Zeldas of the world. I think that what they've done is really, really smart. And yeah, like I'm not surprised. One thing that I will say though is like this is now becoming the standard in video games where something better be setting a record, or else it's just a complete failure. With Switch setting, it will beat the Switch probably within the year. And PlayStation 5 outselling the PS4 at this pace, and Xbox, same thing. Like, this is the new standard. But if you go back, whatever it was, however many years, 15 years ago, I think, for the Wii, it seemed like that was a fluke. It seemed like that was never going to happen again. That experience that everybody had trying to go to get a Wii, and it just became like this. It was like the Tickle Me Elmo, if you're old enough to remember the Tickle Me Elmo days. It was that
with the
again.
Furby.
Totally. And every year it seems like there's something, and like Nintendo got their turn, and now they're doing it again. And to repeat it to me is just like, it's massive, and they haven't necessarily gotten to the stage that the Wii did. I think maybe at about this time where you started seeing like just shovelware. Instead, you're seeing some of the best games that they've ever made. And even we talked about, I think last week, next year looks even better in terms of like good quality games. You're not gonna get Mario Golf next year. Just saying. So yeah, like they're in such a good spot, and I love seeing that. You want Nintendo to be doing well. You don't want Nintendo to be a laughing stock, whether you're a fan or not. I think it's just good for video games, and especially good for if you're podcasting about it. Like, I'm having a lot of fun doing this.
Yes, and this is just another reason why, to me, it's not realistic to think that we're getting a new system next year.
I totally agree.
It doesn't make sense.
Totally agree.
It doesn't make sense.
On all the fronts, and even into the next point here too, like whatever is selling well, you're not going to get the next version of it. Nintendo will not mess up a good thing. They are watching this very, very closely. I can almost imagine that they have a game like Mario Kart 9, like the next one just ready. It's done. No, they'll pull the trigger on it whenever they need to, but they really don't. Like, it's just selling. And can you guys just stop? Just stop buying Mario Kart, because we want another one.
Seriously.
Just stop it.
They're saving that. I mean, Mario Kart 9 is way more realistic than Animal Crossing being a launch title with the next system. That just makes sense to me.
That's it.
But speaking...
Man.
It does it?
No, I don't know. You keep going.
You don't think it does make sense?
No, I think it does. I'm just flabbergasted by just the success of it all.
Yeah. Well, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has now outsold Mario Kart Wii.
Good
In the first 6 months of this year alone, it's sold another 3.34 million units.
Game is like 4 years old on the Switch, and it's like 8 years old if you go all the way back to the Wii U, and it's doing bigger numbers than most games do, like in their lifetime. It's just 3.5 million in the year. That is insane. This is not holding up. People stop buying it. I want my new Mario Kart. The other thing about this, Caito, I'm wondering, like, because they basically come out and said, like, there's nothing else coming out for Mario Kart. And you wonder if, like, they have said that as well for Animal Crossing. Could they go back on their word? Like, is there even a chance that they go, there's a huge base here. We could do something here. Like, even a paid DLC, something. I'd love to see them just, I don't care. I don't care if it's a sequel or not. I just want more Mario Kart.
Yeah, I could see them doing that.
I want all the tracks. I want all the characters. Yeah. Like they've now done this with, they now have a model, like this Ultimate model, the Smash Ultimate. They've got it on Mario Party now as well with all the things. Just bring it all together.
But what do
all
they
the tracks.
do? What do you do after that?
I know.
What do you do after the ultimate?
That's a tough
left.
one. I know. That's why, and that's why I'm actually surprised to see them doing it so often because it kind of is end game kind of thing. Like that's it. You're kind of done after that. How do you innovate after bringing all the old stuff? I mean, maybe you actually have to make a new game.
It's why I was so shocked that Smash didn't just keep going. I mean, almost endlessly. Mm-hmm. That model, you could just keep going forever.
Yeah.
Just I wonder what
the diminishing returns are on that, though. Like they're selling now DLC packs at whatever it is, $10 to $20. Maybe it's just take those resources that are dedicated to that, go build something else that you can now have a big splash of another 30 million copies at $60 a piece kind of thing. So it's just, I think just depending on what they want to work towards instead of, I don't know, there's not like a typical battle pass or anything with Smash. That's probably what I could see them doing next. And really for everything, like just some sort of like subscription model, which probably will make people turn their stomachs, which I totally get that. Just seems like that's the way the world is going. But at the same time, I don't know if Nintendo would just follow suit like that on really anything.
Yeah. What if it's included in the expansion pack?
Yeah. Yeah. I could totally see that.
Some kind of model like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Speaking of the expansion pack, Nintendo does promise to improve and expand on the Switch Online service, which I don't know why this is even a news story. Like they're not going to continue to improve it. I'm so confused.
I think maybe the second example in the same show where they're actually listening. And last week we talked about how the announcement video is like their most disliked video on YouTube. And maybe they're coming to understand, or maybe they're seeing it in the sales numbers. I'm very curious to know. Maybe there just wasn't a whole lot of uptick on this, and so they're kind of saying there is a roadmap here. We'll get back to you on it. So I don't know. I think that's probably why they felt compelled to say something about it.
Yeah. Well, obviously they're going to improve and expand it.
Yeah, I mean it's built for that.
It's built. Yeah, the whole reason they did it was to continue to add on to it.
Mm-hmm. And everybody will have their point in time, the game that is added, the feature, whatever it is, where somebody will go, okay, now I'm in, right? Like sometimes it's just not everything is for everybody at launch. You want to have a good launch, and I don't know that they did that, but they'll get everybody who's like holding out right now. They'll get you. Trust me, they get you with everything else. They'll get you on this.
Okay,
mark my words.
Last news story. This one's cool. Super Mario 3D All-Stars, the new update, enables N64 controller support for Super Mario 64. So that's nice.
That is awesome. It's something that like Bobby and I used to talk about way back in the day where we thought that even the Joy-Cons would be some sort of like version of the N64 controller or other controllers. We thought that there would be kind of like modular things where the controller would split in two and attach onto the side of the Switch to play all these games. And I think this makes a whole lot of sense. I'd love to see, I'm trying to think now, the like the controllers that come with the NES like minis, the classic editions. I don't think that they have a USB on the end, which is too bad because I'd like to be able to play the Super Nintendo games and regular Nintendo games on Switch with those controllers. But I don't think that that's possible. I'd love to see it though.
Right. Are you going to get one of these?
I don't know. They're so expensive, and I don't want that color. I really do want to hold out for another color, but I don't know if that's really what I actually want. That's me saying specifically what I want, so Nintendo will specifically not give me that. They will just continue on with the plain gray, but man, if I could get my hands on like a green one, that would just be so awesome. Or if there's like a Etsy shop out there or something for me to customize it, then maybe.
Ooh, that would be cool.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea.
Yeah. Okay, we do have 2 more questions this week. Mike Blaze Knight asks, what are some of your favorite Nintendo Switch Online games? Nintendo Switch Online games. And what is one title you would like to see added to each service? I would like to see NES Bubble Bobble,
yes!
SNES Mega Man X, N64 Ogre Battle 64, and Sega Sonic and Knuckles. Going with this super dorky with Ogre Battle. I was struggling there with that acronym for a second. I had to make sure I knew. I have only opened them, Mike. I've only opened them. I haven't actually played them. So, I mean, my favorite back in the day, I obviously like Super Mario 64.
Of course.
But it's, look, I know everyone likes their nostalgic games. For some reason, it's so much harder for me to get back into games like that.
Yeah.
I just feel like I've had my time with it and that's it. And I can't go back. So I don't know.
To any of them, I feel like some of them do hold up, and it's really interesting to go back to see ones that are like, in my opinion, truly timeless versus some that are like, ooh, this is pretty rough to go back to.
Yeah.
Like in my mind, the Donkey Kong Country games are timeless. You
I
can
was
play
about
those
to ask,
forever.
is that on there?
Yeah.
Donkey Kong Country?
Mm-hmm.
Because I could see myself playing that.
Yeah, I think all three of them are on there, actually. I think they just added all three.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should definitely, that man, like the music and the somehow that, like, even though it was, you know, quote unquote advanced graphics for the time, it has held up even now. Whereas you look at something like Star Fox 64 or even the original Star Fox, which had advanced graphics at the time, and it looks like crap now. Like, I think especially the original Star Fox, really, really tough to go back to at this point.
Yeah. Even I've tried going back to, as much as I love it, and people are going to cringe when I say this, Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh, yeah.
I love, but it is hard to go back to.
Yeah.
It's hard to go back to for me. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree. Especially that version. Mm-hmm.
One game that I do want to come, and y'all know what it is.
Wave Race.
Is Wave Race.
Give us the Wave Race. What are you doing? Give us Wave Race.
I just want Wave Race. That's the one game that I want.
Man, there's so many.
Are there any that you want?
There are so many, and so many of them are like sports games. Wayne Gretzky 3D Hockey, International Superstar Soccer. Turok is not a sports game, but I'm shifting gears. Turok or Turok 2. Killer Instinct Gold is excellent. That would have to come over from Microsoft. Would have to give a little help as they own Rare. You got to give a shout out to freaking Viva Pinata. Speaking of Rare games as well.
I do love that game.
You would like, yeah, you would. You would like that.
You would like that.
You would. Yeah, is F-Zero on there? I don't know if F-Zero is on. Maybe it is. I think that is actually on there. Like,
that sounds familiar.
Yeah. That is okay. If it's on there, then it goes under one of my favorites. I love F-Zero.
Yeah. But are you playing them?
Not a whole heck of a lot, to be honest with you.
But it's just something about knowing that they're there and I can play them if I want to.
1,000%. And it's the same thing with like Virtual Console. Like, this has been my argument about like why I don't mind this model for Nintendo Switch Online the entire time. Because I would do the same thing if they were launching under Virtual Console. I would buy them and go, thank gosh.
Yes.
And then I would go on and play.
You don't play.
Whatever, like something else.
Yeah.
And every now and then I'll pop into it. And yeah, I just want them. Like, what's wrong with, I've bought a lot of things on Xbox as well for games I haven't played. Like I bought the BioShock collection recently and the Arkham Knight games. But I don't go back and play them necessarily, but it's a weird thing. It doesn't make any sense.
It's collecting.
Kind of
in a different way.
Yeah.
Even though it's virtual, we're still just collecting the things.
And this was like, I think I was talking to Ryan about this with Metroid. Like, usually I fire up Metroid not intending on finishing it. And that's basically my experience with almost every, if not every single game in this Nintendo Switch Online like ecosystem is I fire it up not intending on finishing it or even playing it beyond that day or experience. I just like firing it up and hearing the music and getting my fill. And that's kind of it. And they serve a different purpose versus games that come out and I'm like, I want to beat that. I want to experience the entire story. Like, I can have a different experience with older games because I've had my time with it when it was new. Now it just serves to just give me a little bit of that the fuzzies when I think about my days back as a young one.
Totally agree.
Mm-hmm.
All right, last question comes from Nagachaka, who says, Mario Party Superstars received critical praise and continues to top sales charts. How should Nintendo handle their next installment? Create new boards and minigames like Super Mario Party, or follow the Superstars format and bring back nostalgic boards and minigames from older titles?
Well, I thought it had all the games or all the boards and all the mini games, but if not, then just finish that off. You know,
I just don't understand But why do they not just keep the same format that everyone likes from the old games and create new stuff? That's what I don't understand. Is it when they create the new, because I didn't play Super Mario Party.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So what's the difference? Is it the mini games that people don't like? Is it the format of the overall, like the actual board game that you're playing? Like, how is the variation? What's the dislike?
Sometimes Nintendo will do a thing like it was one of the games on Wii U, maybe 9 or 10, where instead of each individual player like moving across the board, you all were like in kind of like a car together and going up against Bowser in kind of a weird way. So that's probably the most extreme cases, but there's definitely been different ways that you go about the board. And what I think is what people have been screaming about the whole time is like, we just liked it in Mario Party 2. Like, just give us that. And I do think that it's what I like about Nintendo is that they choose to try to change it up, because they could very easily give us a Mario Party 2021 and a Mario Party 2022 and those types of things. They absolutely could do that. But the other thing that they might be able to mix things up with a little bit is taking a look at the Jackbox Party Pack games, where sometimes you'll have like a return to like, you'll get your Fibbage 3 or your Quiplash or whatever it is, and you kind of like a rotating set of things that you've seen before with maybe 1 or 2 new things in there. I think that would be a really good model for Mario Party in the future. That
could be really cool. Oh, I like Jackbox.
Me too.
I like Jackbox.
Yeah, super fun. Played with my parents. My parents were on the stream for Extra Life. In the wee hours of the night. Yeah, we played some Jackbox. It was super fun. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they need to, it seems like it would be pretty simple to just figure out what people like about the one that's successful and what people don't like about the other ones.
I think they have done that. I think that's why you got the one we got.
Right.
I think that's why people are praising it very well, because they've definitely steered clear of some of the stuff that in the Wii U days was like, they're just changing for changing's sake. And I think now they can celebrate this. But you're like, the whole notion of this ultimate edition, that you can really only do that once. And unless you're going to add some sort of recurring, like a battle pass or something to have just people continuously playing it, then you will have another title, and it's got to be something else. So I'll be very interested to see exactly what that means for Nintendo in the next probably 3 to 5 years or so.
Right. All right. Well, that is all that we have for today. Sean, where can everyone find you on the internet?
You can find me. I'm back in Canada. They let me back in. But on the internet, you can find me on Twitter at Sean Capri, Sean like Connery, Capri like the pants, and on Twitch at twitch.tv/Sean Capri.
And you can find me on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter at Console Caito. That is all for episode 29 of the Nintendo Drive. Thank you so much for listening. And I just want to say thank you again so much to everyone who donated it for mine and Sean's Extra Life. We really do appreciate it.
The Nintendo Drive is fueled by patrons at patreon.com/YumiCapri. And from the bottom of my heart, I am so grateful to the nearly 70 patrons who support us each and every month, with our special thanks to our Capremium producers, Dallas Ford, Lee Navarro, the fearless leader of the Phoenix Overdrive Extra Life team, and Jonathan Brown, the man behind the music on this show and the Xbox Drive. You can support Jonathan at youtube.com/PM Entertainment. Our platinum producers, Robbie Bobby Miller and Trucker Sloth. Our gold members, Argo, Benji Kong, Brendan Myers, Dallas Robbins, Dano, Emily O'Kelly, Foolish Fuji, Heather Boney, James Johnson, Joel Brooks, Jose Jimenez, Mac Time, Marcus O'Neill, Mr. and Mrs. Nasty Boots, RJ Kern, Skinny Matt, and Xavier Reyes. If you enjoyed this show and you'd like to support independent content, you can go to patreon.com/YumiCapri and choose the tier that's right for you.